I'd like to show you the component parts of the unit. It's always helpful to understand those. We have several pins here that have rounded ends. They sit inside a piece that moves back and forth that you're going to do alignment on. It's going to help move move that pin up and down. We have different lengths of pin to accommodate different hinges. So it's going to be useful for you to know how to take that out, how to put that back in. We have several different wedges with different component parts. I'm going to go through some of the details of these. They are for locking the spring hinge open. I will go through the details on those when I show you the reassembly of a spring hinge. This just slides right out. It will clamp down the hinge, holding it in place right above where you need it to be. It centers everything. The screw will slide down here. The screwdriver will also slide down here. So that's easy to come out and put back in. Now, replacing the pin is something I showed you. You just unscrew this part and it slides out. It's always helpful to do it without the other wedges because you do have to turn it upside down, and I like to use a tweezer just to take it out and put it back in again, and you'll see that there it is. Putting it back in, I turn it upside down, put it through that hole, and there's another hole inside that I just drop it into place and position it with the tweezer. Of course, it's easier to do when I'm not trying to position everything for photography, but you get the idea. There we go. So that's back in place. And before we flip it back upside down, I always put that piece in, and then we can turn it back around and tighten this. Now, we have included an extra pin. This pin is used in conjunction with another one to open up the hinge and lock it in place. Because it's such a small piece of metal, we do include an extra one should it get bent, should it need replacement. And it's nice to know how to do that if you need to. There are 2 set screws on the bottom, Allen wrenches. Comes with the Allen key. And by loosening them and taking the bottom off, it becomes a very easy replacement. This is something you would not normally have to do, but it's nice to know that you can instead of having to buy another tool. Just press it straight down, it comes right out the bottom, and you can put the other one right back in. You put it together the exact same way in reverse, and I always like to just position and give each one a couple of turns before I tighten them down, and then tighten them. And those are all the component parts of the self-aligning spring hinge tool so that you can get the most use out of it.
And again, that first pin, they may want to change the actual pin itself. For what function?
Well, if you have a hinge that's a wider hinge and it won't fit on a smaller pin, you would want to have, and I don't know if you can see this in your close-up, but you would want to have a larger or longer pin to line everything up on.
So it's something that may need to be done on occasion, but not regularly.
No, not regularly. Most frames won't require it.